everyone, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my June TBR. I just thought I'd start by mentioning, I'm sorry if the angle's a bit funny, like I can see here, it's not where I usually have it. It's a little bit higher and a little bit off centre, but I'm not quite finished unpacking and moving all my uni stuff around, so I'm in a bit of a mess at the minute, but I really wanted to get this up because it's the 4th of July, June right now, and I really wanted to get this video out there for you guys to see. And I know when I've had a TBR before, like, I've not done too great at it, but I thought this month I'd really try to stick to it. And because if you're in the UK, and you might have heard people talking about it, but Love Island, it's going to take over my life, and I kind of want to have more like strict regimented routine. I'm trying to build up my routine. Hopefully there'll be a vlog about that soon, where I'm trying to build my routine back up again after having a hectic few months. So yeah, this video is mainly the Reading Women Month challenge, readathon. That's what I was trying to say. But there are a few other books in there, so that is what is going to be mainly in this video. And if you don't know what Reading Women's Month is, it's run by the lovely ladies who run the Reading Women podcast, which actually I haven't ever listened to, and that's part of something I want to do this month. I want to listen to it more. I hadn't really heard of it before this month that came about. I heard it in passing and it's one of them links that I never clicked and things like that, so I definitely am going to try and listen to that as part of this month and complete the challenges that they've set. They did a year-long Reading Women challenge. It's got 24 challenges, and the idea is that by the end of this month you'd have half of the challenges completed. And although I haven't been partaking in the challenge actively, I had a look at what I've been reading this year, and I've found that I have actually completed some of the challenges already. Also, before I tell you what challenges I've already completed, I will link everything down below so you can see the podcast. Kendra, one of the women that runs the podcast, has a YouTube channel, and anything else that I mention, of course, because I like to do links because I love looking at links. Let me just grab my laptop. So, I've got my Reading Women's challenge on my laptop because it was easier to copy and paste it than write it all down, and I don't have a printer, so that's why I've got my laptop on me. Irrelevant, I know, I'm sorry. So I've read 7 books from the Reading Women's challenge so far. I've read number 2, a fantasy novel written by a woman of colour, and I've read the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and I am currently reading The Obelisk Gate, I think it's called, the second in that series. I've read challenge number 7, a book set in Russia or by a Russian author. I've read The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. That is a YA fantasy novel set in Imperial Russia that I really enjoyed earlier on this year. Number 9, a book by an Australian or Canadian author. I've read The Dry by Jane Harris, which is, I think she's Australian. Let me just check. I said Jane Harris, but actually it's Jane Harper. That's so silly. Okay, after that palaver, I'm going to tell you that Jane Harper is Australian because she has Australian citizenship, and they were set in Australia, so that counts in my book. Probably a cheat, oh well. 16, a book where the characters are travelling somewhere. I chose Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys, and that's got refugees who are travelling in that novel. 7, a book with a food item in the title, Chocolat by Jane Harris. 19, a book from the Reading Women Award 2017 shortlist, and I've read Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo this year. And 21, a book inspired by a fairy tale, and I've got Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which I read recently. It's not too badly, and they're just from books I was reading anyway, so I think that that's quite good that I was sort of reading and fitting the challenges. So I'm going to say that's 7 challenges. So in order to get to halfway before the end of this month, I've got to read 5 to make it 12. So ideally I'd like to do that. I thought I'd just jump straight in and tell you what books I've got planned. First of all, I've got Agatha Christie's The Mysterious Affair at Styles, and this is the first Poirot novel, and I've recently acquired this in a book haul, which I'll link down below, and this I think will match Challenge 24, a book in a genre / sub-genre you've never read before. So I don't think I would say, like I say, I've read any classics in the mystery genre. I've read a lot of contemporary mystery and contemporary thriller and that sort of thing, but I've never read any classics, and I've never read any Agatha Christie, and to me I feel like that counts. I mean, it's sort of just a challenge is what you make it, and it is me sort of reading widely and reading a famous woman author that I've never read before, so hopefully I really enjoy that, and it's quite small, so I think hopefully I'll be able to get through that. I'm going away this weekend, so maybe I'll take this because it's quite small. I've also got 23, the book that has been on your TBR the longest, and I think I bought this book when I was still in school, and I left school 5 years ago, a few weeks ago. So I've had this book for at least 5 years. I can't remember when in school I bought it, maybe when I was... So it could be sort of 6, 7 years, and there are some books that I've had that I might have had slightly longer, but I only am keeping them for the sake of keeping them because of people that gave them to me, family members, etc. So I'm including this. And I believe it's also by the author of Chocolat, so I've read by her before, and it wasn't super enjoyable, but this sounds a bit more up my street. It sounds a bit more like a creepy, intense crime, maybe thriller, and it's about a young child. No, not a young child, it's about a man. He's 42 years old, and he lives at home with his mum, and he's got on an online forum, his name is Blue Eye Boy, and they sort of enact fictional sort of happenings, and there's lots of graphic murders about someone very similar to his mother, and like fantasies about killing someone's mother. So I think that's the idea, and it's very creepy and very twisted. I'm very excited to read this one, and the Goodreads reviews seem very interesting, like it might be an interesting book to read. And also I want to read this month North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, and that sums 14, a classic novel written by a woman, but it's also bonus points if it's not written by Austen or Bronte. So I've got me these little post-it notes so I remember what the challenges are for. But also, this is Anne from Beyond the Pages. This is one of her read-alongs for this month, so I really want to partake in this because she's reading it, and I think it would be really good to try and get back into classics, because that's one of my goals this year, and I haven't really been achieving it. But yeah. But yes, I thought maybe in a read-along where there's a Goodreads page where I can sort of talk to people about it, I might find it a bit more interesting. Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to reading this one, and it's in a beautiful cover, and also featured this in my latest haul. This next one's a bit of a cheat, but it's number 22, a book by a local author or recommended to you in your local bookstore. And this is definitely a cheat, but this is Sunburn by Danielle Davies. And Danielle is a member of my family, my extended family, on my mum's side, and I thought I'd include this in the Reading Room Challenge as sort of a local author, because she's local to where I used to live, and also I think it's really important and exciting to read a book from someone within my family, and I'm really excited to read this. It's set in Ibiza, and it's got like that romantic feel, but it's also about two young girls. I think it's two girls. Yeah. Two girls, and they get caught up in sort of like a dangerous drugs ring. So I think that could be really interesting. And I'm really excited to read it, and I'm really proud to support someone I know achieving the dream that I want. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this, and I'm going to count it anyway because, well, there are rules, but there's no like real rules, I guess. Also, I don't have it with me because I'm either going to get it from the library or I'm going to download the audiobook, but I would really like to read I'm Malala by Malala, also her last name, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll put it here, Malala blank. And I'm really excited to read her memoir, her sort of, I I'm not really sure what it's about, like what it really is, but it's non-fiction, and it's talking about how she was shot by the Taliban protesting, going to school. And I think it's really interesting, a really important read. And I think there's one that's a memoir, and there's one about a refugee. And obviously Malala now lives in the UK as a refugee. She goes to Oxford University, which I think is wicked. And yes, that's really exciting. And I think I will let you know in my wrap up what I classed it as, but there is a few different, I think, two different ones I think it could go under. Also, just a quick note, I am trying to look at my camera, because I know I don't do that as much as I should, but I'm trying, but I keep getting distracted trying to make sure I'm not like woo all over the screen. So hopefully I'm getting better at that, but that's something I'm trying to work on. Now next, so those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books I want to read towards the challenge, and then for the rest of the month I've picked out 3 books by women authors that I really, really want to read. And just to celebrate women and things like that. I've got After Such Kindness by Gaynor Arnold, and this is a fictionalised retelling of the relationship between Lewis Carroll and Alice Liddell, the girl who inspired Alice in Wonderland. And I'm currently reading Alice in Wonderland, and when I finish it I'd really like to move on to this, because it is an interesting look at their friendship, and apparently it's quite creepy and a little bit unsettling. So yes, I really want to get to that, just because that's what I'm sort of reading at the minute. But an incredible women author who I want to read, and I couldn't see a way this fitted into any of the challenges, but Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and I love her TED talk, We Should All Be Feminists, and the little goodie book. I think that's amazing. I find it really inspiring. So, and I've wanted this year to really, really read some more of her work, and I've had this one for a little while, and I think this time of year might be a good time to read it, and I'm feeling like I need to be inspired. I've also got A Skinful of Shadows by Frances Hardinge, and this is a YA novel, and I don't know much about it except a friend got it for me for Christmas, and that's something I really like. I want to get to it because she bought it for me for Christmas. And it says here this is the story of a bare-hearted girl, and I think this is maybe magical realism. I don't really know a lot about it, and I don't tend to look too much at the blurb because I just really want to go into it and see how I feel and read it, because it's got a beautiful cover, if you can just see just here, and lovely green spine. I just think it's going to be really exciting and really good to read. Also this month I want to start, maybe not finish, maybe even DNF, we'll never know, A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is completely irrelevant to the rest of the video. There's no inspiring women beside it, but I really want to get started in this series, and I'm feeling into it right now. I don't want to put it off just because I'm doing another challenge. So even if I start it, finish it, DNF it, we'll never know. But I'm interested in reading them right now and starting, and then progressing maybe through one book a month, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's on my TBR to sort of make my way through. But it is long, so we'll see. So in total that's 9 books, and I'm currently in the middle of 4 books, so we shall see how I get on. But I really, really want to finish that video, and I really want to finish these books, and I know that I'm not very good with TBRs, but still I like to set them, I like to have a plan, and I hope that you guys find this video interesting. And I know I'm not sort of like as informed as for some good recommendations of these. I know I'm not as informed with good recommendations for these challenges, but I will link some good channels that have done videos about it down below, because I find them really interesting, and I'm definitely adding them sort of my list and things, books I want to read. I've got loads of new TBR books. So I'm going to go now because it's getting really dark, and oh my god, Love Island's on in 25 minutes. I'm so excited. Such a loser. Maybe I can try and get this up before Love Island starts, but we'll see. It's unlikely. Right, I'll see you later. I'm really up close to the camera. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got anything to say, please give me a comment. If you like this video, please like it. And if you want to stick around, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.